Aichi desperate for another win after the back-to-back losses to Osaka Blution. Tip start from DeFalco, paying attention to detail for his 15th point. And that's put out of play from a player who's barely had a set in the match. Yoshihiko Matsumoto, the veteran, has blocked well, but he's missed that by a long way. 2-0 start for Stings, and all that work from Tridents potentially getting undone in the early phases. Good front court line. DeFalco either side of Kentaro, their best blocking lineup for Stings, and they've given it away again with a net touch. Well, I've droned on about that being the best blocking lineup for Stings all match, and it hasn't done anything. Service errors, net touches have given points to Tridents for free. Oscar Madsen continues to impress on his first season in Japan. He's at the line. Good pass, Fujinaka. Kentaro across his body, doesn't put it away. Boye does. And the Neves versus Boye contest of the right-siders is going well. Boye 18, Matthew Neves 17 at the moment, so they're the two top scorers on court playing in the opposite slot. The DeFalco serve, been a problem tonight, and remains so, 70% power. Chance though, Boye scores again. Third time he's scored off a DeFalco set tonight. Stephen Boye advances his account to 19 points. DeFalco will be tempted to go a bit tougher here. No, gets the ball toss wrong, has to readjust. Neves blocked. Farhan defends. Neves to go again. Defended by Boye. Big opportunity for another break. Fujinaka can't take it. Oh, he can. Horrible mix-up from Tridents. Well, they've got a point out of nothing there. Referee has spotted that very well, the two touches in quick succession, which adds up to 4. Well, Shinjo Akahoshi has started this set for Tridents, along with Alim Farhan. Has to be careful here. They will be loading their block to Neves. Surprised they haven't actually stacked. No, they go out wide to Farhan and they pay the price. Kentaro puts him on the floor. And if you're going to think outside the block or outside the box on the block, this is probably when you do think about Boye stacking across to Neves. I don't think he's going there. Fujinaka will stay left side. Big serve. First big serve of the game, and it's brought an opportunity which Boye does not take. Again, DeFalco upset he didn't get the ball. And doesn't get it again. Fujinaka, good hit. Great defence from Namba. Farhan, brilliant hit. Well, Trident showing heart again. That was a golden opportunity for 7-1 for Stings, and they've not taken it. Matsumoto strolls back. Not a tough serve for Stings to deal with necessarily. Easy float. Passed by Fujinaka at last. The ball does come all the way back. DeFalco can't believe that. He cannot believe that that has come back pinball style. Oh, he's dug it. He's dug Neves. The American keeps his team in it. And is still in it. Boye with the touch. Can Boye finish? Shoves it down the front of the block. Free ball. And oh my goodness. You are kidding me. Stings with the fault. Give it away. Unbelievable. Another net touch. So that's 2 golden opportunities for points gone begging for Stings. Tridents hustle their way to 3. Kudo looks like he might be preparing to return in some sort of capacity, maybe a serving substitute. Matsumoto puts it down the line, easy pass again. Fujinaka runs it well. Where Fujinaka is successful is when he's under the radar because everyone's looking at DeFalco and Boye. It's the out-of-system stuff that Fujinaka has struggled with this season. Played well in this match though, really well. Kentaro serves. Farhan with the pass. At last they get hands on Abe. Farhan gets the return ball and pointing the hands out of court. Kawaguchi made to pay. Boye is that gets hit. Five points for Halim Farhan, the Indonesian international. Good stuff from him. Now Neves to repair more damage. Good serve. Good pipe. Madsen provides the finishing touch as he so often has in this match, but it's the Neves serve that DeFalco just doesn't like. It's a heavy ball. He's 2 meters and 7 tall, so he's bringing it down from a great height. And it's causing problems. Boye, power tip, good reach. Really good reach from him. And a very important score, actually. Tridents were just about to close the gap. So, Stephen Boye at the line, 8-5. Boy, does Stings need him here. It's a good serve. It's a great pass from Farhan. That's a super finish. And Boye, quite rightly, is angry with his blockers here. Madsen out. Kudo in. It's another big call from coach Kawamura. Farhan off the tape, passed easily by Kawaguchi. Nicely played by DeFalco. He wants to just hit these as hard as he can, but he couldn't, and he's used his brain there. Good thinking from DeFalco. He returns to the front line now as Fujinaka goes to the baseline. Again, any points from service are bonuses for Stings, big bonus points. Out of system, Neves. Blocked soundly by Kawaguchi. He hit that very hard. Ball was just a little bit behind him. Couldn't see the block. Beautifully done. Kawaguchi's first contribution to the match is a towering block on Neves. Abe is stopped as DeFalco steps in on the middle. It's a great read from TJ. Only his third block of the match, which is worked really hard. The substitutions have generally been very positive, but still they can't get a foothold in the game. It was a great scramble to win the third set, but they've not put any pressure, any significant pressure on Stings so far in the fourth set that they have to win. 11-6, 5-point lead. We've seen worse thrown away this season, sometimes by Stings. Another roll of the dice. Off comes Akahoshi and in comes Kento Nakashima, so playmaker is changed once again. by Tridents, that is. As Fujinaka waits patiently to serve. He has to make Tridents play this ball. He does. And no bonus. DeFalco sneaks across all the way there to make the touch. Bats it away from Boye. Bunch of useful servers for Tridents. That is a positive for them that they can still rely on. Kudo in for Madsen at the moment. He's a good server. This is Abe. Hits DeFalco. High return ball. DeFalco doesn't hit many of those in a season. Back to service as normal. Fast as you can, please. Look at the hands. That's lovely from Ko Higashi. Left-handed play. Kudo not happy that the referee didn't initially call this as a lift from Ko Higashi. Trident's point. Stings can still side out for a 5 lead. Nakashima to serve. Easy pass for Fujinaka. Kentaro doesn't get hold of that one. Chance to score for Neves, but not a great set. Boye blocked right into his boots by Matsumoto and Kudo. Good read, good organisation from Matsumoto. Lead is reduced to 3. Boye again, tips and blocked. Out to DeFalco, who runs it as fast as he physically can on that reverse set. Well, he's snuck under the radar. I'd make that 18 points now for DeFalco. 20 points for Boye. And another chance to score here. DeFalco lines up the angle, Farhan digs it beautifully. Kudo out of system. What a score. What a score from Kudo. It's weird, he's been really tidy in this game, Yuji Kudo. He's attacked well, but he's actually only scored 5 points. I know he spent a sent off the court, but he's back in now. And making a difference. Stings then on the back foot a little bit here. Changing momentum in favour of the home team. Good shots from DeFalco, and if they can just survive the run across the front, looking pretty tidy here for this Stings team for a 3-1 maximum point victory. Big serve. Chances here again. DeFalco wants it, gets it, puts it away. That's a really, really good attack, and this is great thinking from Ko Higashi, the setter. TJ, they're shouting, the Stings fans, and still the serve is not returning the dividend that we know it can. Smooth. Well, it's very important for Stings not to lose their way here. And I'm not surprised to see that timeout called by Shimbo Koichiro. He just wants to try and keep his team focused on the task in hand, which is namely defending this pretty nice double break. Put those 2 and 3 point runs together. You can do that a couple of times in a set. You're going to put yourself most likely in a position to win it. Just a couple of little stumbles from Stings have allowed Tridents to play their way back in. Matsumoto will serve now. Tridents need this one. Stings need it just as much, and again, with so much concentration on DeFalco running the pipe and Boye on the back, they've left Fujinaka alone. In comes Naoya Fujiwara to serve. Been on once in this match so far as a serving sub and hit a really good ball. Not this time. But the biggest problem with that miss and not making Trident's play is that Matthew Neves is the next man at the line, and in particular DeFalco has not been enjoying the angles he's found on his serve. Big moment for Tridents. Great service out wide. Takahashi defends. Fujinaka off pace, and that's been called down. I think we'll get a challenge here. I'll be amazed if we don't. Well, clearly Farhan believe that did hit the floor, so no challenge. Boye can take it out a little further. No, he can't. Spoke too soon. Great service. Out of system, Fujinaka blocked. Good work. They just stacked it there, took Nakashima out of the block because it was high enough. They were able to just bring Abe and Kudo in, and it's a fine stop. Trouble here for Stings if they're not careful. Boy, do they need a side out. Massive serve, what a pass. Fujinaka gets the ball again, and he's doing a fine job. He is doing a fine job under a lot of pressure. The pass was the main thing. It was a beautiful pass and then a good finish. Couldn't stack this time, the blockers for Tridents. And a big sigh of relief for the Stings coaching staff. Fujinaka to the back line, and DeFalco into the front court. Nice serve from Fujinaka. Good defense from Takahashi. Boye gets in the setter's way there. Out from Farhan. Referee says touch, and so we'll have to go to challenge if the blockers believe there was no touch. I love it. I love it. Long discussion between Kudo and DeFalco before DeFalco finally concedes that he did get a piece of the Mikasa. Then comes Kogaida once again. He has served really well in this game, the left-hander, when he's come on from the bench. Certainly changed it in the first set and second, but can't change it in this one. He leaves the court. Abe then chops and changes out with the libero. Namba back on the floor. Well, Stings cling to a 3-point lead as they look to win this game in 4 sets. Overpass, chance to make it a 4-point lead. Again, that fast ball out wide. The very reason for that is it gives no blocking change opportunities, and Tefalco is able to isolate the smaller blocker Nakashima at 172. Good thinking, good game awareness from Yudaikawa Higashi. I know it's the basics, but in the middle of a rally you still have to have that range of thought about you regarding the matchups. 4-point lead now. Stings looking good. Neves hits it out. Blockers say no touch for definite. And no challenge forthcoming at the moment. Well, he's played well, Neves. Not made many errors at all in this match. We do eventually get to a challenge, but the general practice here in Japan is that if it's a challenge for block touch, the challenge is made, the blocker admits the touch, the green card is awarded. So if it isn't for a block touch challenge, maybe a touch on the net. No, it was ball in or out. After all of that, that's the one I didn't think they were going to challenge because it looked clearly out, and it was. Well, he's been good with his challenges today, but he's lost that one, Coach Kawamura of Tridents. Well, the playmaker's been changed yet again. Shinjo Akahoshi is on. So he'll stay out there on the floor now for the rest of this set and probably the rest of this match, because it's going to finish in set 4, surely. It's going to need a bit of a miracle if Tridents want to get back in this. Neves home with ease, back to finding his range. Fiery serve of Shinjo Akahoshi. Some in, some out. No, takes the pace out of it, gives an easy ball to Tefalco. Boye hasn't been set for a while, and there's the value of not overusing a single player. It keeps the blockers on their toes, and they were late to this one. .21 points for Boye. Been impressive again today. Good hands on the slower middle attack from Matsumoto. Neves can't beat Boye. Takes the ball on the way back. Blocker's good, very good. Kentaro understanding the value here of just putting a lid on this game. Great movement from the middle. Neves forced to tip, chance for Boye out of system. You may have seen Tefalco approaching full tilt in the bottom of your picture, didn't get the set. Doesn't get that one either. Boye goes again and puts it out, but via the hands of the defenders. 24-17, Stings making set 4 look easy. The rest of the game has been a tough one though. Kawa Higashi to serve as Stings look to put this one to bed. One bit of drama remains. And we like a bit of drama at the back end of an SV League match. Whole season here in Japan, once again coming to you from VBTV, your home of Japanese volleyball. And what an entertaining spectacle it is. Week in, week out, these teams deliver. 6 match points remain for Stings. Kudo to serve. It's a good hit. DeFalco passes well. Boye goes cross court and misses. Oh, they think it's in. DeFalco thinks it's in. We may finish the match on a challenge. Either way, there's going to be a break before Kudo's next serve, and he hit the ball very hard on that last one. Won't be able to tell from this side-on angle. It's close. Inside the attack line by a long way. That's the one that will tell us. Oh, I think that's got a chance of being in. I think this might have hit the tee, you know. It's in. It's in, and that is it. We do see the match won on